Hi, I'm Marty Demko. This is the third and final episode of a series of short stories called Odd Man Out. Episode 3, My Fair Lady. Even though I hated college so much I dropped out, the first thing I saw when I first came to work at my dad's nursery, which is called Growing Up, made me think I shouldn't have dropped out. What did I see? Staff members carrying bags of compost into little old ladies' cars. Because the staff didn't know me, my dad asked me to spend my first day as a secret shopper. I would learn what his nursery was like from the customer's perspective and be able to report back on how his staff was doing. My dad said he was worried that his nursery was struggling while a similar one nearby had just expanded. I noticed first that our staff didn't upsell. If someone bought a rose bush, they didn't ask if they might also need fertilizer or pruning shears, but worse, I noticed staff taking very long breaks, hiding in the shed. Worst of all, when I bought a plant, gave the cashier a $20 bill, and intentionally acted like I wasn't paying attention, she gave me too little change. When I reported back, my dad said, "I don't understand. I pay more than my competitor. I train my staff well. I praise often. I criticize sparingly. Why are they doing this to me?" He asked me to visit the competing nursery, the Greenery, and see if I could figure out what he was doing wrong. The staff at the Greenery was very different. They were all working hard, yet seemingly content and eager to help customers. One staffer, Naomi, seemed particularly good, and she was around my age, so I went up to her and said I wanted to buy a tomato plant. She asked me a few questions and then, on her phone, used ChatGPT to find a couple recommended varieties. She had one of those varieties in stock, sold that to me, and asked if I needed fertilizer or a tomato cage. I asked her how she got hired, and she said, "The boss doesn't rely on ads. There's too much lying in applications. He asks us and his friends to refer people who they think would be great. And that works well. But to tell you the truth, I'm ready for promotion. Unfortunately, my supervisor isn't going anywhere." I called my dad from there, told about their hiring practices and Naomi, and he said, "Great, I'll hire that way from now on, and would you put her on the phone?" He chatted with her and said, "My son said you're ready for a promotion but can't get one at the Greenery. Might you be interested in being the supervisor here at Growing Up? I can give you a 20% raise over what you're making now." She squealed with delight. As I was watching Naomi on the phone, it struck me that although she was around 40 pounds overweight, a lot for someone in her early 20s, I somehow found her attractive anyway. My dad wanted me to learn the business from the bottom up, so when I started actually working at Growing Up, I was doing lots of schlepping of bags, and Naomi was my boss. I'd try to time my breaks for when Naomi might be there, and we talked. First it was just plants, then family, hobbies, and so on. But finally, she said that her main interest now is to lose weight. She said, I've tried, and I'll lose a few pounds, but I always gain it back and more." Partly because I was attracted to her despite her weight, and partly because I liked the idea of mentoring someone, I said, "How about my coaching you?" She said, "Kind of like Henry Higgins coaching Eliza in My Fair Lady? Let's try it." I started by asking her what approach might work for her. She said she had to throw out all the sweets from her apartment and then stay conscious with every bite whether she needs that next bite. We agreed that once a week she would take a picture of herself on the scale and show it to me. She said that knowing she'd have to do that would help motivate her. She lost 8 pounds, but slowly gained it back. I guess the novelty of the mentorship wore off, or maybe she needed a professional weight loss coach or something. But like I said, I found her attractive even at 40 pounds overweight. And I liked her more somehow that she tried to lose weight, but like most people couldn't keep it off. That made her more human. So I asked her out on a date. We're still dating, and last month we took a step forward. We decided to ask my dad if we could open a little cafe inside the nursery's houseplant area. Staff and customers could sign up to give little talks about some aspect of gardening, and we'd sell coffee and warm muffins that we'd make in the staff kitchen. Perhaps because the cafe was easy to set up, even though it's rarely crowded, it's making a little money and we're having fun. We've even talked about getting married, but have agreed for now to move in together and try a 1-month renewable marriage contract. I guess we're like our nursery's name, Growing Up. In any case, that is the third and final episode of Odd Man Out. As usual, I welcome your thumbs up and accept your thumbs down. I always look forward to your comments and especially like it if you hit the share button below. Share on your social media so that my efforts can have broader impact. And I am flattered if you choose to subscribe to my channel. In any event, I do thank you for watching. I am Marty Nemko.